two is the two reasons we are in business. It is to get our practices, our clients, more patients and more revenue per patient. That's why we exist. We can do all kinds of fancy things and talk about all the fancy services we deliver, websites and search and paid and programmatic and list management and reputation management, go on and on with all those gobbledygook marketing words. But at the end of the day, all our paying customers care about is that we bring them more patients and we bring them more revenue per patient. And those are kind of our two reasons for being. And I want everybody in the organization, including me, to have that in our brains at all times. The five is in the same way that a dentist would never say in their marketing, I do fillings and I do veneers and I do teeth cleaning and I do all that. I mean, everybody knows what a dentist does. In the same way as for us to tell the world we do SEO and PPC and all these things, because the only way a dentist knows what you need is you come in and you sit in the chair and you open your mouth and they take a look and they come back and say, look, everything looks good, but you got this one soft spot. You may need a filling at this point. We need to look out for it. Or they say, hey, we need to do something pretty quickly. Here's your treatment plan. What do you need to do? Well, in the same way, for us to start talking to a prospect and just telling them everything that we do and what they need is ridiculous. We've got to figure out where they are, where they want to be, and how we can help them get there. And from our perspective, there are like 5 stages of a practice. There is a practice that has a lot of chairs to fill, either because it's a new doctor fresh out of school, somebody just bought a practice, somebody just moved into a new area, somebody just added an associate, whatever it is, they got a lot of chairs that they need to fill. The second stage is a practice that's got a few chairs to fill. They've got a pretty established customer base, but attrition happens, right? People move and they die and insurance changes and whatever else. You always got to have a little steady flow of new patients. Another is a practice that's got plenty of seats filled. They've got plenty of customers coming in, but they're ready to bump it up to the next level and get more revenue per patient. The fourth state is a practice that's humming along pretty well. They've got an established base of clients, they've got people coming in, people spending a fair amount of money on each visit, and what they need from us is a little bit different than maybe somebody in the first stage. And then the fifth is a doctor that relies on referrals, orthodontist, oral surgeons, periodontists, that group. So somebody who relies on referrals needs a very different thing than somebody who needs a ton of new patients. And somebody who's got plenty of patients, but they want to offer new services per patient, it's just different. So we always remember that our clients only care about 2 things, more patients and more revenue per patient. And the second thing we need to look at and we need to know is where are they in the practice and where do they want to be? And then it's incumbent upon us to make a set of recommendations, just like a dentist would do. They look at where your mouth is and not only what's going on in your mouth, but let's say, for example, you need to have some heavy work done. Well, maybe you haven't met your deductible for the year, so you want to wait and roll it over into January. Maybe your kiddo is about to graduate from high school in a week and you can't be distracted with a bunch of stuff going on in your mouth, and so you move it out. But a doctor needs to understand, take a look at what's going on, see what the status is, and then make a recommendation about where that patient is. Same for us. We need to understand where our patients are, what stage their practice is in, what we can do for them at that point, but then also where they want their practice to be and be looking at how we get them there. So 2 and 5, 2 and 5, 2 and 5 is what I'm drilling into our team, that only 2 reasons we're paid. Let's stay focused on them and let's really understand the state of our clients versus rattling off a bunch of services that we deliver.